Hello guys and welcome to Dawn of War Vanilla Expert Clash Series Part 21. Continuing with the games in chronological order. In the first game for today, it will be a matchup between Santi in the lower left, using another nickname here, playing Chaos, and in the upper right it's IKn3wFear. Now using the Inquisition tag, Charlie's team. For those who have watched the previous parts, already know what's up in here. Know a bit of what's going on in the community. Games were played in March 2005.
Scouts in position.
4 squads of scouts for now from Fear. And I suppose 2 servitors. A second one should be coming out, perhaps. Yeah, that's right. Keep 1 servitor at home. Build the listening posts in the back. The other one will go in front. Santi starting with double generator. Look at that, this build. Something that Korbah does also. Santi changes the build a bit, however. I think Korbah was doing only 1 generator, but I might be mistaken.
How can I serve?
What I know for a fact is that Santi actually learned from Korbah this specific build.
Whatever you desire.
Yeah, a turret will follow right here in between the listening posts. A good option for defense. In the meantime, the cultists trying to decap in here. Fear will not allow Santi to decap. He placed a listening post during the decap. Many people were complaining about that, as it is most likely a bug that just wasn't fixed in 2 patches already. We can only blame relics for that. I guess back then they were more busy with a company of heroes and the Winter Assault expansion for Dawn of War rather than fixing this game. The balance in this current state is awful, to say the least. Considering there are only 4 factions in the game, it's pretty bad, I must say. Probably worse than in Soulstorm currently, with just 4 factions.
Grant us the gifts of the chaos god.
All the points inside the territory at home is controlled by Santi. A squad of cultists in here trying to get the relic at the upper side gets caught and trapped by scouts and the force commander. Now both listening posts at the entrance upgraded. I am not sure if Fear can really commit to this attack. It will be too much of a risk.
Victory countdown has begun.
What I think though, it is worth a try if he goes in with the force commander. Take down this LP2 first, attack from this angle, so that only this LP2 and the turret will apply the DPS, and then switch to this listening post. It should be possible to take them down if he's to tank and engage with the force commander. Maybe even trading the force commander for taking down the entrance. It will definitely be worth it. Fear already suspicious about Santi's build. He's expecting Predator mass.
You favor us.
Well, it's gonna be a combination of horror tech, I suppose, and vehicles. Horror tech is the name of the build that Korbah uses. Basically, horror mass in tier 2.5 and predators. There goes the sacrificial circle. Chaos Temple and Armory already finished.
Enemies
Well
of the
done.
dark gods
And the cultists being upgraded with grenade launchers now. If Fears is to engage, then he'd probably fail at this point in time. Cultists with the grenades would deal a ton of DPS.
Scouts in position.
Good thing for Fear. He's controlling now the whole map. All of his side, including the middle.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
Also the take and hold countdown. 5 minutes to go. For Fear. 140-20 income. He lacks power. He will need to hit tier 2 and build this big generator. Preferably.
Heresy grows from idleness.
He will not rush with that, I see. He's bringing the third tactical marine squad. Plus he's got 4 squads of scouts. That's a lot of infantry. Sorcerer out for Santi. And tier 3 is up. 110-30 income.
4 minutes until take
Slightly
and
higher
hold
for
victory.
Fear. I'm expecting Fear's economy to get higher and higher. With this double relic advantage and a critical location, shouldn't be hard to get a significant advantage in economy and then tech.
Direct us to the enemy.
A 4th squad of tactical marines is approaching in the middle. And the marines are getting those heavy weapons equipped. Plasma guns and missile launcher. Equipment for the marines. A squad of tactical marines with plasma melts down in the negative cover from this pile of chaos marines. And cultists, they have received plasma on the chaos marines, I see. Also sorcerer ability, a very painful one. He's got area of effect stun in Dawn of War Vanilla. And from what I've noticed, higher DPS on his base ability. Might be just me, however, I'm not sure on the exact DPS numbers. I noticed for sure, however, that the stun is area of effect. It doesn't affect just one squad. A lot more powerful. A victory in here for Fear. Sant is left only with the cultists, and he will have to retreat under his upgraded LP2 and turret. Well, I guess Santi had to pull off this fight in there, regardless of the outcome. This way he wins some time. If 1 or 2 predators get out, or perhaps even some defilers, it's gonna get easier for Santi. For now, all he can do is sit in here and defend. Look at that, the stun was cast and 2 squads were affected. And now at his base ability, very painful one. Maybe it's the negative cover which also increases the damage. Yeah, this is insane, the sorcerer. Well, the Force Commander is gonna finish him off, but the sorcerer paid off, definitely took down another full squad of Space Marines, which is a lot more expensive than a single sorcerer. 126 to 53 income here for Chaos, 122 to 44 Fear. Fear's economy is actually lower a bit, not by much, but still. He does not have all of his listening posts upgraded. Not rushing with economy boom, and maybe that's a better decision making from him. If he feels comfortable with this income, just keep playing with this economy, make sure you do not get outnumbered, and keep this map control advantage. A new sorcerer is here. The double abilities will be absorbed once again by another squad of Marines. Librarian out for Fear now. Like the counterpart hero of Sorcerer on the Space Marines. Okay, a Defiler is out in there for Santiago. I see the accuracy on the Defiler is actually not that good. Maybe one of the reasons why the Chaos players usually avoid the Defilers and go for the Chaos Predators instead. Just attacking ground, mostly. So far only one hit landed from this Defiler. Maybe it's just Santi that targets the ground, I'm not sure. Whoa, that's a huge range of effect from the stun. No, that was unexpected. It was cast somewhere from this area. And even the base ability, casting range is insane, I see. I think in Soulstorm, Sorcerer has to get closer to the infantry for being able to cast the abilities. Horrors are landing in here in the negative cover. The Defiler being sent to fight that Librarian in close combat. Nice damage in close combat and also a sweet fatality being performed right here by the Defiler. Nice combination of units from Santiago, I love it. Finally he's winning the fight. What a great game for this beginning of part 21. Definitely a good game right here between two powerful players. No machine cult for Fear, I see. Starts to... oh, here it is, but he's floating on power. Has to start that vehicle production, maybe some dreadnoughts, the standard ones perhaps.
Sanity is for the weak. It is as though 1,000 mouths cry out in pain. Yes. It is as though 1,000 mouths cry out in pain.
Well, the taking hold has been stopped. I guess that was Santiago's main objective for mid-game. Trying to go with a counter-attack, goes deep with this predator, gets some vision, jumps in with the sorcerer. There goes another stun, affected 3 squads this time. But won't kill much because the Marines were getting affected by Librarian's ward of the Emperor ability. The Marines simply cannot die when they get boosted by that Librarian ability. I think they can still receive the damage, but they wouldn't die for a period of time. Works similarly as with the Mad Dog's fighting juice. Maybe the duration is a bit longer, however. The Dreadnought is here. Fear has a nice engaging unit. Should keep it in front. And maybe try to go in here, take down the Defiler first and then deal with the Predator. Would be nice. Okay, 2 Predators out now. Has to keep them alive. Goes in front with a Dreadnought. Fear doing just what I was expecting him to do. Wants to take down that Defiler. The LP2 was taken down. Time for the turrets. Whoa, the DPS from a missile launcher on Marines is insane on the buildings. Just like the rockets from Orks. Another 3 squads of horrors landing in front of these Marines. Maybe not the best engagement right here. He should have gone with the Predators closer in and then drop behind those Marines with the horrors. Get them nicely surrounded. The tactic which Korbah uses very efficiently. There wasn't so much chaos in the previous parts for Expert Clash. In the latest episodes, however, we get to see a lot of chaos games. Supposedly the weakest faction in Dawn of War Vanilla. At least it was considered so back then. In this version of the game, version 1.2. But we can see how the players can get creative and adapt, no matter how bad the balance may seem to be. There's always a way. There are so many possibilities in this game. Can't really blame the balance for everything. Even if there are no balance patches for months, years in the games, the players would usually slowly find newer builds, new ways of dealing with a build or a faction. In this case, for Chaos, it's the Nate Cult build, which was even more powerful in Vanilla, because you could have built turrets without having Armory and Chaos Temple. That's a big deal. You can start with double generator, quickly upgrade
5 minutes until
the listening posts, the ones in front, and even build turrets, allowing you for a very fast economy boom. Tier 3 in here for Santi, 85 to 79 income. Loses the 2 points on the entry.
Awaiting orders.
Well, back then Fear definitely the more experienced player.
The battlefield awaits.
Santi was basically a newcomer. I think this is the second or the third game we see from Santiago in a vanilla series. We'll get to see more from him, of course. Don't worry. Another attempt in here from Santiago. 4 Chaos Predators going in. Is this enough to stop this bunch of fat Space Marines? They also now get support from Apothecaries. Very resilient to damage. I think all of the squads had an Apothecary. Still 3 Apothecaries alive. Very well done by Fear. Brings the Dreadnought and keeps pushing in. 3 Predators almost down. Yeah, that feels very much like a Space Marine victory. I loved it from Fear this time. The way how he prioritized economy upgrades, infantry upgrades, and production. Well, mostly infantry. I've only seen like 1 Dreadnought at once out on the map here. Did not abuse Dreadnought mass. Something like that was possible. Nevertheless, I suppose Santiago is very satisfied with the game. A lot of back and forth, not one-sided. Could have been much worse. And I very much tend to believe that Santiago was also very new to this build. Maybe he was only beginning to test it. And you usually do not test against this top players, like the top 20. Well, Fear doesn't even know that he's playing against Santiago, and Santiago uses his Smurf account. Now he's revealing the Smurf to Fear, being respectful. Giving him the credit. Whoa, and Fear says that Santi is one of the best Chaos players he's played.
What's your order? Apothecary here, awaiting orders. What's your order? What are your needs?
Well, the respect back then was at least a thing in the community, players respecting each other, something we don't really see in Soulstorm lately.
At your command.
until they can hold victory.
Chaos being defeated in here, but I think there were ways for Santi to do better. His engagements felt a bit off. He still has some things to learn from Korbah.
30 seconds until taken hold victory.
The unstoppable bunch of Space Marine mass. Very powerful stuff. Well, this was a bit of a domination in the end from Fear. Nevertheless, a pretty good game. Let's speed this up. Decisive victory for Fear. had a map control domination for the entire game and wins in the end by taking holds, but also took down almost the entire base. In vanilla, if you want to win by annihilation, you have to also destroy the generators. It wasn't only the production buildings, strangely. Well, that was a slaughter, a nice slaughter. Not one-sided. Early to mid-game it was pretty balanced. Then the longer the game gets past the middle, the harder it gets for Chaos. With this build, Chaos has to do a sudden, powerful attack mid-game with a bunch of predators and infantry. That's their strength in vanilla. You have to use predators on good timing attacks. Alright, we are done with the first game. Next up, expecting another Chaos game, because we've got Korbah in here in the second game for today. Korbah versus Phalanx. I believe we've seen Phalanx in the past. And this is Korbah uses another nickname. Yeah, smurfing was a thing and still is in Dawn of War, sadly. Well, not just Dawn of War. This happens mostly in all esports games. In the esports scene, players feel more comfortable playing when they use an unknown nickname, so they can test builds or avoid shame in case they lose to a lower rated player.
We will serve you.
Most of the time players will use Smurf accounts to improve on builds and test stuff.
My life is forfeit. We can serve you.
In dead games like Dawn of War, however, it's actually hurting the community, I think.
We will serve you. Whatever you desire.
When you have such low numbers of players in the game and you don't even know who you're playing against, it feels like really, really bad.
My life is forfeit. Anything for the great powers.
It was possible to stop this heretic forced labor at 1 hit point in vanilla Dawn of War. Very interesting. In Soulstorm the minimum amount is 11 HP, what I know for a fact. From the forced labor at least. You can stop it at 11 HP, or if you don't stop it by then, the heretic's basically dead. Raptors from Korbah. Surprise, he's actually not using the horror tech this time against Eldar. Goes for a different build. He's done 3 squads of cultists and raptors.
What is your will?
We soar on wings of fire.
Nothing is hidden from my sight.
What would you have us do? Yes.
From Phalanx, the Farseer is out, no generator. I guess it just got destroyed by the Raptors. 3 squads of Guardians reinforced as infantry marching into the Chaos base. Nothing in here to defend, but also nothing for Guardians to destroy. What will they destroy? The Chaos Temple? It would probably take too much time to do that, so better if they focused on this listening post and then this one maybe, because that's what they can take down relatively fast. Will still take some time. 2 squads of Raptors from Korbah. I think he should do the same on Eldar, jump into the Eldar and take down his economy slowly. LP2 upgraded in here. Yeah, the Eldar had a generator up and he's transitioning to tier 2. The cheapest tier 2 and armory included in the game. 140 to 40 cost. Last time I checked. Like really cheap. And it gives you both the tier 2 upgrades plus you have the armory on it. On other factions for tier 2 transition you will need the barracks and the armory. For Space Marines and Chaos at least, and for Orks a bunch of war banners, pylo guns, basically a lot more expensive than Eldar for tier 2 on other factions. I think I consider unfair.
Fear the judgment of the council.
Plus Eldar can afford to fight with the capping units, the Guardians. He's invested a lot in the Guardians, but still these are the capping units, the first ones you can make. And with the provided upgrades, with the right ones, they can fight a tier 2 infantry, I think even. They would need support from the Farseer. You've got basically a bunch of upgrades from the Warlocks, you've got the grenades, the stuns, the mysticisms and whatnot on the Guardians. Here the micro could have been better from Phalanx. Gets trapped and surrounded by the Raptors. Korbah doing really well in here. 68 to 20 income now for the Eldar and 79 to 0 for Chaos. Chaos is still a raw tier 1, that's right. Even if this armory is up, it's not tier 1.5 yet, there's no generator and no upgrades. This is a raw tier 1 Raptors in here, and apparently they will manage to take down this Soul Shrine. Caught the Eldar by surprise. Well done. Three squads of Raptors. And Phalanx even managed to transition to tier 3 in the meantime. He's building now the support portal. Can he order anything though? Well, if he builds one more power generator, I'm sure he can slowly gather for the fire prism. Maybe in a minute and a half from now he'd get a fire prism out. By then, however, the Raptors could clean the entire map of Eldar listening shrines, so he has to be careful. Something being researched in here, or maybe produced. Maybe a falcon, yeah, the falcon was ordered and it's out now.
My life is forfeit.
Again, pretty long games in this part as well. From what I recall in the previous part, all the games were like really long, past I mean over 20 minutes long for each. This game's gonna be a very long one as well. Apologies for the spoiler, but it's gonna last.
How can I
Let me
serve?
check one thing. And to make sure I have that overlay on the progress bar, I see it's there. Nice.
Whatever you desire.
Still raw tier 1 for chaos. He has to start and build the generators.
We're here for
There
the
goes the
cause.
first one. Only at the 9th minute a generator will be up. Tier 3 from Eldar, but no map control, a lower economy and weaker infantry. Apparently the Raptor DPS to vehicles is insanely high. They probably can destroy the Falcon even on the move. So the Falcons, I'm expecting, would not save the day for Phalanx. Well, he kept all of his guardians alive, that's a good thing. Not losing the capping squads.
My life is forfeit.
Those 1 HP, 1 hit point heretics still alive and building stuff.
We're here for the dark gods.
Second generator finished and Chaos can transition to tier 2 anytime now. A necessary upgrade. Good job with the Falcons dropping the morale for Raptors. 2 squads fought in here without morale for some time. Now again 2 squads without morale, dealing a lot less damage like that.
You favor us with your attentions.
The roots of Raptor Mass build in Dawn of War Vanilla. Chaos hits tier 2 finally. I think we'll get to see the Raptor meta even maybe in the next patch or in Winter Assault. Raptor meta was a thing, I know for a fact. At some point. Even in vanilla they seem good. Certainly expensive though. Maybe this build will fail against Orks and Space Marines, like no chance. Against Eldar, however, it's not so bad. Also map dependent. On Fallen City it's good to use the jump units like Raptors, Warp Spiders, Assault Marines, and of course the jumping vehicles from the Eldar. They've got like what? All the vehicles except for the Wraith Lord can jump, right?
Sanity is for the weak.
Power Swords upgraded for the Raptors. The aspiring champions ready to rock and roll. Now the DPS from these Raptors into the Falcons will be even higher, I'm expecting.
You favor us with your attention.
He doesn't really need anti-vehicle. And he's got the cultists with the grenades to take down those guardians. Using one Raptor squad per Falcon would be perfect. Yeah, the DPS was really good. I think an aspiring champion touched this Falcon and it dropped like 100 HP in a sec. Yeah, look at that. Oh boy. The rage has been enabled from the Raptors. Sadly, the amount of Raptors in here plays to Korbah's disadvantage, but he's still good. Because of so many Raptors around here, the aspiring champions actually struggle to hit properly. They get blocked by the other simple Raptors, default ones in the squad. Well, Korbah's doing great at home. He will manage to defend his base, no problem. Didn't lose a single building yet, from what I see. He's got a nice power bank. Not enough requisition, however, to build that machine pit. He keeps reinforcing the troops, cultists, raptors. Can't really afford the machine pit in the middle of a fight. Have to sustain the fight with his all of that requisition. On the left hand side at home, 86 to 30 income, does not control the relic yet. Korbah forced to set back a bit. Well, I think he can afford to lose this Chaos Temple. He's got enough infantry troops, enough raptors. But he can't really afford to lose this HQ. Maybe he will go for the base trades. It very much looks like it, and Phalanx doesn't like that. He will go back home. Interesting enough, Phalanx doesn't even use Falcons to carry his troops. We didn't really see yet the use of the transportation units, because it takes a lot of time to get inside a Rhino or Falcon or War Truck. It takes like 5 to 10 seconds, I think, for a squad to get in, so you lose a lot of time. The pathing is terrible, and they get in one by one. Really bad mechanics on the transportation units early in Dawn of War. Later on it got improved. It got really broken in Dark Crusade, however, with 3 spots inside a Rhino or transportational unit. The most broken thing probably in the Dark Crusade, along with Tau and Necrons. Well, the worst balance in Dawn of War history. Dark Crusade is known for that. It got better in Soulstorm, but not by much.
We are ready to deliver death to the enemy.
Korbah, distracting the Eldar nicely, gets him back home. Now he will try that trick again. Phalanx won't buy into it and will simply keep the Falcons in here and take down the Chaos Armory. In the meantime, Korbah finished the machine pit. Sadly, he's suiciding most of his raptors. Will not succeed to fool Phalanx this time and get his falcons out of here. I think he tried to bait the falcons with the raptor attack in here. Phalanx had enough guardians to fight the raptors. No need for falcons. 89 to 30 against 89 to 30. Whoa. Equal economy. Action-packed game, in fact. Pretty good one. Again, two very good games. As I've promised you guys, I'd do less Dawn of War games, less shorter length on the videos, but the games would get only better and better. I'm filtering them a lot more roughly now, so we won't have as many games, but still a lot to come. At least I'm still trying to stick to the plan and cover as many games as possible for both Dawn of War Vanilla and Winter Assault. Once we are done with the Vanilla series, of course, which I don't know when it will happen yet. I don't have a specific timeline with plans. Not planning ahead.
It is as though 1,000 mouths cry out in pain.
Well, the stronghold is down for Korbah, the armory down, Chaos Temple down. All he's got is the machine pit, and I think he can still produce these predators. Will rebuild the strongholds. Problem for the Eldar, he doesn't have anything to stop the predators. Predators can destroy anything Eldar's got at the moment. They can damage anything. And they can deal with the fire prisms like really easily. One Chaos Predator can destroy 2 to 3 fire prisms, I think. The best thing that could happen now for Phalanx is to get fire prisms to hunt down the remaining buildings of Chaos, take them down, kill the heretics first, then destroy the machine pit, and then generators with a stronghold. You can't actually fight this Chaos army with the fire prisms. They'd lose easily. No need to retreat in here. 2 predators in here can clean the Eldar without any problems. Even defilers can be produced without having a stronghold. Apparently the lack of tech buildings doesn't affect the vehicle production at all. You can produce any of them. Okay, now the D cannon upgrade on the support platform was a bit of a pain. Good focus from Korbah though, took it down immediately. Only one hit was applied by the platform. No heretics to get in here and repair the predators. A new stronghold is up for Korbah. And his strategic points are still captured. He's got the map vision at home. His side of the map. Sadly for the Eldar, he's been playing without a relic for the entire game. Poor Phalanx. gave up on it. Could have sent one of these Guardian squads, like this one without the Warlock. Send a squad of Guardians without Warlock to get that relic in the early minutes. It wouldn't change a lot. In terms of fights, I think he could have survived with 2 Guardians fighting at once and prioritize the relic. Last stand for Eldar in here. His only hope are these Wraith Lords, which get out one by one. How long can it last though? One Defiler down, basically a trade. One Defiler for one Wraith Lord, not bad. Korbah has to build the listening posts. I'm not sure if this is finished. It probably is finished. It actually was not destroyed by those Guardians. Building this would be nice, and maybe even upgrading. No LP2s whatsoever from Chaos 76 to 50 income. Another platform is up, upgraded.
The time for war is nigh.
After 1,000 battles, one only stays dead.
Nicely done, Defilers. A Predator sent deep into Eldar territory. Destruction for Phalanx. He can't even deal with Chaos on this left-hand side of the map. Well, a Wraith Lord easily dealing with a Predator one-on-one. It's got more damage in close combat. Defiler is more of a universal unit, not close combat specific.
We walk our path.
A new Chaos Temple up. I suppose this is tier 2 again for Chaos. Huge bank for Korbah. Sneaky Defiler. Took down a generator, a listening shrine, and now the soul shrine is next. Maybe this LP2 will follow. Close, pretty close right now, but I would bet on Korbah to eventually win. Phalanx probably didn't even notice this Predator up until now. Soul Shrine down for the second time.
We're here for the dark gods.
Just take us into the thick of it.
Nicely done here by the Defiler. Taking down that Wraith Lord.
Just take us into the thick of it. Just take us into the thick of it.
There goes another one. Very long fight in here now on the left side. Yeah, look at that. Look at this fight. Such a hopeless fight for the Defiler. I think one Wraith Lord can take down like, well, maybe 1.5 Defilers. The damage is not precise from these close combat units. Sometimes they deal more damage per hit. Sometimes they deal less damage. So it depends a lot on the randomness of those numbers. Finally, Phalanx decides to take care of the Predator on the top right. Sends in 2 Wraith Lords, leaving these Guardians naked at home against a Defiler. No hope for them. The Predator, I think, can... well, he could have dealt with the Wraith Lords if they didn't have that Bright Lance. Bright Lances actually can easily take down vehicles from ranged. $46-50 income for Phalanx. Not a single listening shrine is up now. Unsustainable economy. 70-60 for Korbah. He's actually trying to improve it, finally rebuild that listening post at home. Pretty greedy fight in the end. Both players tried to end it as fast as they can without having to recover after bad fights. Neither Korbah focused on recovering his economy fast enough, neither Phalanx cared a lot about this side of his map, so that being the reason why the game is so long. Players focused mostly on fighting each other, not on the macro game. I see. The Defiler ranged damage actually is very high to vehicles as well. That was surprising. Yeah, 2 Defilers easily can deal with a Wraith Lord. The Wraith Lord would lose like half HP during the engagement from Defiler ranged damage. A big power generator gets positioned on the slag deposit. Even more power income. Korbah can basically afford endless production on the vehicles. Should invest in a second machine pit. Would be worth it. Oh, he's got a second one, I see. So he can produce now from 2 machine pits. I think he should have gone for predators, the standard option. Not a single brightness platform I have seen in this game from Phalanx, surprisingly. Mostly vehicles from Korbah and not a single brightness platform from Phalanx. All he should have done to probably win this game is get 4 or 5 brightness platforms out. And I think it will be over for Korbah. Sometimes players like to complicate things, make it difficult for themselves, and end up losing the game. Phalanx not happy with the outcome, yeah. But I cannot blame chaos or balance in this case at all. All the Eldar had to do is get some brightness platforms. Don't be so stubborn and actually produce the counter units. The only decent anti-vehicle from the Eldar, the brightness platforms, have been ignored. And all we have in here from Korbah is vehicles. I mean, what's wrong with Phalanx? He deserved to lose. This defeat is only on him. Nothing to blame in here. The matchup is clearly Eldar favored, in my opinion. You just have to know how to play it. Close result here, 1 unit killed, in the end very one-sided, however. Phalanx kept producing the wrong stuff for about 15 minutes. So 2 games are running into over 1 hour long. I don't have a problem with that. This only means we'll get to see less games in an episode. I'm trying to keep it around 2 to 3 hours long.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Third game for today. The rising star in the series. Team Extreme, Silverstar in the right hand side on outer reaches versus No other than Charlie, right? On the left. This is his Smurf account.
Green is best.
On his favorite map, I think. He even stated something like he is undefeatable on this map.
What do you want?
Or that he hadn't lost a game on this map, something like that. I've heard from Charlie in the past, but it was a long time ago. Maybe he's lost games in here since then.
Please, no more kissing. What's it? What's it?
What do you want? Sod off.
In fact, I think we saw a orc mirror between PuReBall and Charlie on this map recently, which Charlie lost, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even in the previous episode. Surprisingly, Charlie didn't strive for this central location first. That's usually the thing he'd do. This time he let his opponent capture the point and goes in time for the decap in the middle.
The Emperor protects.
Scouts here. Scouts in position.
Yes, Lord.
Silverstar taking the points at the top side, both points captured. 3 strategic points at home captured. Time to go for the relic.
Scouts in position.
Force commander is here, focusing the big mech. Charlie has to jump back. The mech got stunned by the commander. Mech has no chance, well, at least one-on-one against the force commander. When he is attached, he might stand a chance if the force commander focus is not good enough, or if there are too many slugger boys on the squad which mech is attached to, then the commander might actually suffer. Early game aggression in here from Silverstar, the way it has to be done. As I've been saying always, you have to damage the orcs in the early game. Don't let them just take up easily. We already know what the orc vehicles can do in here. In tier 2, the war tracks are terribly broken, at least against infantry.
Scouts in position.
Charlie getting surrounded a bit. I don't see how he can win this fight. Okay, he's bringing 2 squads of shooter boys. By the time they reach the battlefield, however, most of the slugger boys in here get killed. All of them get killed. Even the big mech probably will die. The fatality saves him, and he will retreat, jump away from that nasty commander. Listening posts, not built by Silverstar. He prioritizes units reinforcement and winning these early fights in order to get more map control even. The listening posts can wait. $62-10 income here for Charlie. He's got the LP2 upgraded at the top left. The pile of guns is up, and a war banner in a terrible position. It should have been positioned in between the LP2 and the pile of guns in this area. It's not good in this position. Will easily be taken down by the bunch of scouts and space marines. Mech probably has another jump. Charlie probably not gonna use it. He traded damage with the Force Commander, knowing that the LP2 and the payload guns would finish off the Force Commander. Decided to give up on that mech. 2 squads of Gretchins in here can repair the buildings for some time. The boys and the shooter boys are coming from behind. I'm not sure if Silverstar can actually take down the LP2 and the payload guns. He's losing a lot of units throughout this fight. And I'm pretty sure it was in Charlie's favor, this entire fight. A lot of scouts and space marines have been killed by the LP2 and the payload guns in the area. A new mech is out. Okay, all of the listening posts have been finished. And a generator is up for the space marines. The one in the middle is left to build. Silverstar not rushing with it yet.
Don't bother me. I'm working on something. Yeah, up yours.
Well, Charlie does not stand a chance with the army he's got. Silverstar doing it properly, ignoring the mech. Focuses on the shooter boys. If he takes down the shooter boys, he can then deal with the big mech easily. No need to rush things up. War banner built almost in the same position. Now one squad can dance and the others will deal with a big mech. Charlie knows that and he will jump away and save that a big mech on half HP. 68 to 10 income, still very low. Where are the big shooters? Why the shooter boys do not have the big shooters equipped yet? Okay, the first gun was equipped. Armory up for Silverstar. His income is a bit higher, not by much. The only thing that's missing in Silverstar's arsenal is the sniper rifles for the scouts.
Scouts in position.
He actually prefers bolters over the sniper rifles.
Yes, my
They
lord.
can outrange the war banner. I am not sure if they can outrange the LP2. No, they actually cannot. Look at the range of that LP2. A lot longer range compared to the later expansions. And also more damage. Another painful stun on the mech. Charlie most likely not having the jump. The mech is stuck, cannot escape. The war banner destroyed once again. The LP2 will be taken down, and with so much HP left in the Force Commander, tanking all that damage from the work buildings, the payload guns will also get destroyed. Too low economy for Charlie.
What's your order?
Scouts in position.
Rogues from idleness.
Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts here.
Praise the Emperor. Praise the Emperor.
Scouts here. Yes, my lord. Scouts ready.
What's your order? We are the Emperor's chosen.
Yeah, that's basically it. Charlie not happy with what he's experiencing in here.
Up yours! Sod off! Don't bother me. I'm working on something.
Well, what can I say? Silverstar played it perfectly. A very good work counter. If he's not to master the game, he'd get punished a bit later on by the Orks. It's true that the scouts are somewhat OP in the matchup early game, but what can we do? We cannot blame the players, to say the least. All the balance concerns should be addressed towards the developers of the game, not towards the players. Well done by Silverstar. Basically used the faction to the best of his knowledge and ability, I suppose. Game 4 won Blood River. Good to see a variety of different maps. The maps have not been repeated throughout these 4 games yet. The map pool in Dawn of War Vanilla was smaller also. So good to see we're not having only the same map in every game like nowadays in Soulstorm. Each game played on Fata Morga or Battle Marshes, something like that. At the top right, PuReBall with his main race, Orks, versus Lich in the lower left. An Orc mirror. Also a different matchup in every game. Very sweet.
What do you want? Yes. Green is best. Yes. What? You need something fixed?
Similar opening from both players, a war banner and generator done by both.
Sod off. Where to? Where to? Sod off. Yeah?
Both playing it safe early, no all-ins detected, a very fast pylo guns from Lich Maybe he wants to rush it with the big shooters. It can be a thing in the matchup. A bit of a faster map control from what I see on Lich.
I got the good bits for this fight.
Please, no more kissing.
PuReBall gonna check this corner. We'll find the squad of Slugger boys. And the control of the critical location gets cancelled for Lich. Since he's mech in the meantime while the enemy mech is far from home, sends it in. Well, it will not take down anything. The LP2 gets repaired, it sits in the negative cover and gets tons of damage from the war banner, shoot up boys and the upgraded listening post. Painful engagement in there from Lich.
Hello? Who's there?
68 to 20 income here for Lich. 74 to 20 for PuReBall. A bit higher. He's got more LP2s or what? Only one LP2. Okay, and this critical location actually makes the difference. 80 to 20 now. Lich also slowly upgrading it.
What do you want? I got the good bits for this fight.
What now?
What is it? I got the good bits for this fight.
Relic down for Lich. He's denying it for PuReBall on the top left as well.
Where to?
Both of them with big shooters now on the boys. A low economy game for Lich, 86 to 20 already for PuReBall. Very nice. 3 LP2s up. And only one listening post upgraded for Lich.
What do you want? Where to? Green is best.
30, 40 now, 40 work population cap. I think he can go for the mech shop once he'll have enough resources. The vehicle production buildings in Dawn of War Vanilla were more expensive on requisition.
What is it?
So far the map equally split between the players. PuReBall ahead on economy because he's upgraded all of his listening posts faster. Not so much activity in the early game. The Mad Dogs are here for Lich. This could actually make the difference. PuReBall always forgets about Mad Dogs. Now I'm expecting a win in this fight for Lich thanks to the Mad Dog's ability. Yeah, that's what I said. PuReBall forgot the Mad Dogs. That's a huge deal actually. making your boys immune to death. This changes everything. Even if it only lasts a few seconds, that's a big deal. Easy win here for Lich. Terrible defeat in this fight for PuReBall, but it's not over. It's far from over. 140-30 on Lich. PuReBall leads on economy, so he can still make a comeback. There goes that mech grenade. Drops more than half HP on that listening post. The grenade alone doing the job. PuReBall will hold on his base, will manage to defend. The new mech is here and the Lich is gonna lose his.
5 minutes until
No more juice left on the dogs to save the mech. New ones are here.
Green is best.
Lich's economy acceptable. Still higher for PuReBall though, even if he lost the river point.
The duck is in! The duck is in!
Now this looks powerful in here. From PuReBall, he should be going in, no need to be
4
afraid.
minutes until taking
Use
hold
that
of
juice and
victory.
engage, take down the war banner, and the LP2 would have been big.
No gain!
No idea what he's afraid of. Lich decided to retreat at home. Probably afraid of vehicles from PuReBall. Does not want to get caught up by surprise in open field, so he retreats, will sit in the base. PuReBall sees that, thanks to this captured critical location. Mech shop will be up soon for both players. Economy lead on PuReBall for a long time now, for about 5 minutes at least. He's been leading on income. It makes a huge difference in the long run. All those resources adding up.
What is it? What is it? Still time to operate! What is it? Who you want me to cut? What is it?
Not so much activity in this game, more of a tech race between the players, both of them trying to hold their positions, playing it safe. War tracks for PuReBall and the same from Lich. Custom gadgets research up for Lich. Where's that mech of PuReBall busy getting the crit in the middle? No custom gadgets for PuReBall.
Don't bother me. I'm working on something.
That's also a very important upgrade. I think.
You need something thick.
Lich manages to take down this outpost from PuReBall in the lower right. The same was done by PuReBall in the upper left. So far the trades have been pretty much equal. Tier 3 up in here for PuReBall. Speaking about economy domination in the long run, right? A much faster tier 3 for PuReBall as a result of that economy lead. 105 to 60 income for Lich. He keeps producing the war tracks. And he's only on 40 work resource cap.
Who you want me to cut? Still time to operate. Huh? Green is back.
Hello? Who's there?
Tier 3 against tier 2.5 soon in action. There's simply a lot more of PuReBall on this map now. And the tier 3 upgrades as well starting to pop in. War tracks were equipped with the rockets, taking down buildings easily. Even if they miss so much, it's enough 2-3 hits to take down a building. Ridiculous damage.
What is it? Yeah? No pain, no gain. Orks is as serious there is.
4 minutes until take and hold victory.
Orks is as serious there is.
I do not see the knobs yet. Is he going for that Squigath or what? Saving for the Squigath, or maybe he invested in the upgrades?
Don't bother me. I'm working on something.
6 war tracks from Lich. Well, he is behind in tech as a result.
Victory countdown has begun.
Not as many war tracks from PuReBall. He's got a bigger variety of units out. The war bus is out. I suppose the tier 3 upgrades are already in.
Orks is the biggest. And the strongest.
And here it begins.
You need something.
Some arguments between the players. PuReBall
6 minutes
taking
until
Lich
take and
statements
hold victory.
offensively. Well, in the early days, many players claimed to basically be the inventors of a build or another.
What is it?
Tier 3 up in here for Lich as well. A killer can is out now that I like. And the war bars.
And the strongest.
Water is the first to the fight.
Ready.
A lot of idling from both, not willing to commit into a fight. A bad fight gone wrong, a bad engagement at this stage would mean game over, most likely. Huge bang from PuReBall, however, I think he is ready to commit. Goes towards the top right. Wants to take down the relic first, making sure Lich won't get that Squiggoth. PuReBall probably expecting that. Well, that's far from reality at this point. No economy, no bang for Lich. For a Squiggoth. It's probably ongoing for PuReBall. No, that's killer cans in production. Still good. PuReBall cleaning the map a bit faster. He started first with the engagement, having the advantage as a result. Well, both are doing fine, but this base trade could actually play to PuReBall's disadvantage. I think he had bigger chances fighting off Lich's infantry and vehicles. Doesn't really have to base trade. You never know what's the outcome of that. Now that looks better. Both of them decide to fight each other. Lich trying to surround PuReBall. From what I see on the mini-map, at least there's bigger numbers for PuReBall on the battlefield. And he will probably even surround this infantry of Lich in the river. Nice tier 3 slaughter in the end. Looks very much like PuReBall is winning this. Getting his endless production of killer cans. They always come out non-stop. Same with the knobs. He's dealt with Lich's infantry in the river. Very few numbers left for Lich at home. Well, what can I say? The economy lead in the long run, basically. Wins this. Well, from what I have seen in the latest vanilla games, I think PuReBall is at the moment like the most solid work, at least in terms of macro. Not that he's creative or doing exceptional things, he's just doing everything solidly. He's got a very good macro game, he knows when to attack, how to tech up, how to prioritize the things. No GG even being called in here by Lich. A bit of disrespect perhaps, or maybe Lich got upset of their dialogue this game. Nevertheless, still a good game, a solid match between two strong players. Game 5 for today. 2 new names, I think, or at least, well, 1 name new for sure. Mistress Booty. This is actually a lady playing Dawn of War back then. Was popular and active in the community. In the left hand side plays Chaos. And in the right, Youlian. I think we saw some games from this guy before. Four squads of scouts, the standard stuff to do in here in vanilla. And a force commander will follow.
Yes, Lord.
From Youlian. Pink Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines. On the left, a squad of Chaos Marines out. No generator on either side. Too big of a risk to build a generator in this matchup. Early aggression would destroy you. No harass from scouts. Youlian prioritizes a fast map control instead. All of the points, all of the strategic points captured, a critical location and the relic will be up soon as well. For Space Marines, a bit slower on Chaos side.
Yes, my lord. Scouts awaiting orders.
Here to serve.
Scouts ready. Scouts in position.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Walk softly, Emperor, and carry a big gun.
At your command.
At your command.
What would you have me do?
At your command. Scouts in position.
Nothing to see in here for Mistress without the Lord. The Lord is here finally. Nicely focused by Youlian's commander. No idea why he decided to change the focus. He should have fought the Lord. Now the squad's without morale for Mistress. A bunch of scouts in here, reinforced, dealing a ton of damage.
At your command.
Mistress somehow ends up surrounding the Marines, but he has less numbers, has to retreat. Okay, the points have been captured for Mistress as well. She's now trying to get a second critical location. The second squad of Chaos Marines has been killed while trying to retreat. No escape for them.
Scouts ready.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Scouts ready.
Scouts fire on the move. Finished them off, I suppose. Only one servitor for Space Marines. Building up those listening posts slowly. Time for a counterattack from Space Marines. Mistress a bit out of position, will lose this listening post by the time she gets there. Hesitates for a moment, she's not sure if she can win this fight, or maybe she's just waiting for the second squad to approach and get closer.
My faith is my shield.
Well, Youlian has done the job. He decides to set back a bit. Brings the second fully reinforced squad of Space Marines. A very close fight right here. Not clear who's actually winning this. The Space Marines are a bit more resilient. Well, the force commander got surrounded, overlooking there from Youlian. He got slowed down and surrounded by Chaos Marines. Now, without a commander, Space Marines will have to retreat. The Lord keeps busy one entire squad of Marines. Youlian not rushing it up with the retreat. Still, pure raw tier 1 fighting here. One generator up for Mistress. She cannot afford the armory, however. 2 generators up for Youlian. He can afford the armory, but he is floating instead. I'm not sure if he's getting a new commander or something.
Yes, my lord.
Awaiting orders. Hear the nice thing. Yes, my lord.
Scouts ready. Scouts here. Scouts in position. At your command.
Your will? Yes.
I am here to lead you.
Bless us, Great One.
My lord, your will? At your command.
Okay, the new commander out for Youlian. He should have built the armory also in the meantime.
Yes, my lord. Scouts awaiting orders.
You probably cannot equip the sniper rifles on the scouts, so
Yes,
without the
Scouts
armory,
in position.
sniper rifles could have helped. Armory up in a moment for Chaos.
My lord, your will?
I I am here to lead you. Cross me.
Yes,
And
master.
Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine massing here from Chaos 4 squads up. A second generator on the way. And finally there goes the armory for Space Marines. Not rushing at all, I see,
At your
with
command.
the armory. Okay, he prioritized LP2s. 4 listening posts have been upgraded. Well done. Once the LP2s are up, he places the armory.
Scouts awaiting orders.
A bit risky if Mistress decided to attack faster in here. In this case, probably worth the risk. Upgrading economy first is more important.
I await your
I think it gives a bigger advantage.
Here to serve.
Third generator for Space Marine. A tier 2 transition should be made. It's already up for Mistress, tier 2 up. Sacrificial circle follows.
Faith is our
walk
shield.
softly and carry a big gun.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, the sniper rifles have been equipped on the scouts.
Faith is our shield.
A lot of idling, not so much activity in the last 2 games. We actually get a bit of a balance in this part. We've got plenty of action in the first 3 or 4 games. I've lost count already.
6 minutes until take and hold victory.
Plenty of non-stop action in there. In the last 2, however, more of a tech macro game on both sides. Some aggression early, but then it stopped. And what we do in this case is speed this up a bit.
Five minutes until take and hold victory.
Okay, Mistress decides to move in, at least to decap this critical location. 3 critical locations were under Space Marines' control. Huge bank on requisition here for Youlian. Tier 2 up for him. Machine Cult is up also. Doesn't have enough power. Ideally he'd need to build this big generator. Bunch of plasma guns on those Chaos Marines. 2 commanders for Mistress. Youlian playing it safe, not being greedy, keeping the range. Machine pit placed for Mistress. Youlian's economy much better, right? Well, only slightly better on requisition, a bit lower on power. Pretty much equal economy. Now it's worse. A lot of chaos today.
At last, back to war.
Hellfire Dreadnought from Space Marines. Only one Hellfire Dreadnought, not a problem for Chaos. They get better when you mass them up in numbers of 3 and more. A lone Dreadnought is no issue for any faction.
Ever vigilant.
Very safe play from both sides. Youlian sees the full army of Chaos.
We stand ready.
He should not be afraid, honestly.
My brother.
The only thing missing in Space Marines combination are the Apothecaries right now. Librarian would be also welcomed, but at least with the Apothecaries I think Youlian could have engaged and maybe even win the fight. A 126 to 60 income here for Chaos, 115 to 50 for Space Marines. Mistress playing it really well on the macro side. Very good income. Floats a bit, maybe she wants to transition into tier 3 or just saved power for the next Predator. Time to see the long-awaited fight. A standard Dreadnought this time. Tanks a ton of damage in here in front. Nicely used, takes down that nasty sorcerer or whatever the Chaos Lord it was. Sorcerer still alive, not for long. Dreadnought about to get destroyed. The sorcerer will actually survive. Only one squad of Marines left. Yeah, the DPS from Chaos Plasma seems to be higher than Space Marine Plasma. 2 squads of Assault Marines getting close by. Ideally they should have been in here at the beginning of the fight, of course. Their Melta bombs could have helped take down that Predator. At this point, it seems they're not even researched yet.
At your command, yes, my lord. Scouts here. Scouts here. Scouts awaiting orders.
At your disposal.
It is better to die for the Emperor.
Scouts in position.
I am ready to serve.
Scouts ready. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts in position.
It is better to die for the Emperor.
Scouts awaiting orders. At your command.
Intense fight right here. Not really clear who's gonna win this. I would be betting on Mistress, considering that there's nothing to stop these Predators now. The tactical marines are dead, no missile launchers, no melta bombs on the assault marines. The only thing Youlian can kill now is infantry with his sniper rifles. The assault marines are suffering, almost down. Huge float during this fight from Mistress, but she hits tier 3 at least, and she has huge income. 133 power income, that's huge. Demon Pit almost up. Successful fight right here from Chaos. Has dealt the damage. Look at the float. I'm betting she's gonna make that Bloodthirster. She's probably ordered it now. Just paid over 1000 in power. Most likely a Bloodthirster is on the way. I think we saw the Bloodthirster in the previous parts. Maybe like once or twice. A very rare thing to see the elite top tier units in vanilla. They are very expensive. Well, probably it would be common to see the Land Reader, but they are so worthless. In fact, a Space Marine Predator is a lot better than a Land Reader in vanilla Dawn of War. The DPS from the Land Reader is almost nothing. You can produce 2 of them, but still very low DPS. Predators, on the other hand, while equipped with the lance cannons, can deal a ton of damage to buildings. And I suppose vehicles as well. Very powerful stuff, even broken, I might say. You might want to watch the Team Games video. I have done the previous one for Dawn of War to see that in action.
Whatever you desire.
Surprisingly bad balance on the vehicles.
Scouts awaiting orders. Yes, my lord.
Youlian actually manages to stop that Mistress attack, I see, recovers slowly, but still very low economy. He'd need to take down the Demon Pit if he wants to stand a chance, because the Flying Cow is about to get out. Bloodthirsty, a winged bull or cow or whatever, with a nice haircut.
We stand ready.
Or maybe it's a goat with wings.
What's your order? Yes, my lord. We are the Emperor's chosen.
Very much looks like one. Last hope in here from Youlian trying to end this. Not so fast, however. There's still hope for Chaos. As soon as that flying thing gets out. I think she runs out of population cap, that's right. She doesn't have enough vehicle cap to get out the flying creature. She has to lose like one more predator. I think it's already produced, but just cannot get out because of the lack of limits on a vehicle. strong attack in here from Space Marines, a full tier 2.5 attack. Mistress very likely is gonna survive this, and here we go. You actually don't even need limit for that, I forgot. There we go. A sweet pinky. A red demon in here. Youlian surprised well. What minute is this? 25th minute. He should have had tier 3 units by now, Terminators and lots of Predators running around as well. No such thing, however. He suffered too much early to mid-game. And his economy was far worse compared to Mistress economy. And we have this outcome in the end. Nice slaughter in here by the Bloodthirster, taking down the entirety of Space Marines army. I'm willing to bet this Bloodthirster is actually much better than even 2 Land Readers.
Victory.
And thanks to his jump, maybe even better than the Avatar. The Avatar's strength, however, the main one I'd say is in buffing the infantry and vehicle cap. Plus it also gives some kind of aura. I'm not sure if it affects the units in some way, if it buffs them. Three dreadnoughts in here, lacking mobility. They will never catch this demon. With wings, you can simply jump away from the dreadnoughts if need be. Good focus from Mistress, actually taking down the buildings now. This is the best thing to do with the Bloodthirsters, in fact. Take down the enemy base, the enemy HQ, or production buildings. Ignore everything else. Ideally, you have to avoid any sorts of damage from a bunch of enemy units, so you have to try and keep him away from enemy vehicle mass or infantry mass, anti-demon units, stuff like that. A bunch of Marines suffering in here in this fight. So Mistress doesn't even need them here to fight. I suppose she brought them in here as a distraction for these dreadnoughts. GG gets called by Youlian, showing some respect towards the opponent, no flame. And there we go, another long 30-minute game, the last one for today. This was good. To see that elite top tier unit from Chaos, a lot of Chaos action for the fans. Hope you guys enjoyed part 21. Ending at 2 hours and 10 minutes mark. For today that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Leave your like or dislike and feedback in the commentary section below the video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.